How young are you?
63 this year. That's how
63
young.
years old. How much money
67,
did you make in 2022?
$147,000. I can't believe it. Like I never in my life did I ever think that I would make this kind of money by myself. I did it. I did it.
Another on the road with the loan signing system. I was signing agent Tammy in the great state of Phoenix. How you doing today, Tammy?
I am doing great today, Mark. How about yourself?
So good. I am so ready to share your story. Let's start inspiring people right out of the gate. How
Yeah.
young are you?
63 this year. That's how
63
young.
years old. How much money
67,
did you make in 2022?
$147,000.
When I say that out loud, how does that make you feel?
Fantastic. Like I can't believe it. Like I never in my life did I ever think that I would make this kind of money by myself. I did it. I did it. And I look at the tax returns that I have and I can't breathe sometimes because it's so exhilarating. It's so exciting. I can take care of everything. I can pay my bills. I don't have to worry about not having food or a home or clothes. I can take care of everything and my kids. I am excited.
Oh,
I'm
T,
excited.
I love it. Before we hit record, Tammy's like, Mark, I got my tax returns. I'll prove I made 147. I mean, she was so excited to share. Why don't you throw those tax returns out real quick?
Okay. I get them. I got them right here.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, I love
yeah.
it. She's like, Mark,
So
it's
this
true.
is 2021 right here, $142,800.
Oh,
That was 2021. 2022, $147,000. $147,000 in
incredible.
2022.
In 2 years, you've made almost $300,000. You're 63.
Yeah.
This is a major career change in your 60s.
Yes.
And I mean, and to think that you could do this, I mean, if you can build this business at 63 years old, can anybody build this business?
Absolutely. Anybody can do this. There's nothing that should hold you back from doing this. Nobody.
Oh, I love
Nobody.
it. I love it. Well, let's start. Let's start from the beginning. Let's inspire people
Yes,
uh,
let's do it.
with your journey. So, you've been a student of mine for about 3 years
Yes,
now.
I am.
Let's take people to the beginning. Like, what got a 60-year-old to make such a drastic change in their life to be a signing agent entrepreneur? So, take us back and let us know as much as you want to tell us of your journey, because I think your journey is inspiring, and I want every 60 something watching this and 20 something to realize age is nothing but a number. So take us back and let's start from the kind of the point of your journey that you want to share.
Well, I was a caregiver. I was making about 13.50 an hour. And, I knew this was going to end. The person I cared for was super old. I knew they were going to pass away. And I knew that I was I was very worried at my age, where was I going to find work?
Yeah.
Where are you going to find work as a 60-year-old, right?
And real quick, it must have been a weird feeling to like know your job was coming to an end, right? Most people don't see that end of the road, but to your point, you're a caretaker. This person you're taking care of was getting older. So it must have been like a lot of anxiety of like a slow but sure stepping out into the work world. And that must have brought you a lot of feelings because of your age, and you're making
Yes.
$13.50. I mean,
Yeah.
so pick up the story from there. I mean, but again, I just wanted to say that because it must be a weird feeling to see the end of your job in front of you and have this really overwhelming feeling of like,
I was terrified, Mark. I couldn't sleep nights. I had just bought a new house. I had a car payment. And I really knew the end was going to come. And you know what? It was a scary time in my life, Mark. Scary because I was older. Who's going to hire me? Who's
Mhm.
going to want a woman my age? I needed to, I was just afraid, Mark. I was terrified. It was really frightening.
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this.
yeah, well, let's take people, even a little bit more deeper, because I think that
Yeah.
Well, appreciate your vulnerability of saying you were scared. And if there's anyone who's 60 looking for a job right now in this workforce and ageism is real, or even if it's, if it's in our head, it's like, it's really overwhelming. Right. And so
It's true.
do you have a
It really
college
is.
degree? Do you have a college degree? I
I
mean,
do not have a college degree, but Mark, just have a high school diploma. I was a mother at home raising her children most of my life, right? And I thought that would be my life, and it wasn't. I'm a widow. I've been widowed for 23 years, been caring for me and my family, and I just got into it all. I
yeah.
just was, I cried at night. I
Mm,
was so sad. I didn't want to get up in the day because I couldn't face another day of fear and worry and concern and cares and woes. And I felt like I was shrinking,
mm,
all that weight because, I'm alone and, I'm trying to, and I couldn't see a way. I couldn't
mm,
see a way. And yeah, I was worried I was going to have to go in default. I was going to have someone come and take away my car. I
mhm.
was going to end up on the
Yeah.
street. And
Yeah.
it's 120 out here on the street.
I mean, but again, thank you for being so vulnerable because I ask you students to share your journey so people don't feel alone, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
people sometimes people see $147,000 year signing agent and think, oh, it must have been easy. They must have not had a rough life, or they must. I mean,
Oh,
to get to this point, and I love how you pull the curtains back and like I didn't want to sleep and I had fear and I can only imagine, like I said, at 60 years old, just this feeling of like, is anyone going to hire a 60-year-old? It's like,
yeah,
it's so sad that even anybody
yeah.
feels like they should be judged on anything but how amazing they are.
I know, right? Who
And
we are as people,
that's
not
right.
not our age. And age is wonderful in wisdom,
That's right.
right? We've lived years, we've been through. My life was hard and difficult. I mean, I could go into all that, but I won't. But I had a really hard walk, very
Yeah.
difficult walk. And it's a terrifying thing when
You know,
you're,
you say that you've had a hard walk
oh yeah,
and I would argue some of that walk is what made you a great signing agent, and
yeah,
it's what made you, because we're going to tell people about your work ethic, and something. And sometimes, I tell students is like your past is what has made you a great signing agent, and
yeah,
so as hard as it may have been, all those characteristics have built up to today, and
yes.
you've taken that into your signing agent business.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's why you're incredible. I mean, like you just said, you thought you were gonna this being a housewife and a mom was what you were signing up for. Everything changed, and now you've made $300,000 in the past 2 years.
Yay! Yes, I did. Thank you. I did. I did. I mean,
You
just
did.
talking to you, I'm thinking, wow, I did. I did. It was
Yes.
my feet that walked and my arms that carried things and my heart
That's
that
right.
that worked so hard to be able to say, I can take care of me.
Yeah. Oh, I
I can
love it.
take
I
care of
can
me
take care of me. I'll
and
start
leave my
crying.
children something,
Yeah.
I have 5 and, they're grown, but I still wanna leave them something,
How proud are your children of you? I mean, they
Oh,
must have been
yeah.
like, "Mom, you have $150,000 a year business." Like, they must be blown away by this.
Oh, they are. I tried to talk several of them into it.
Right.
One of them went all the way and got his commission and went a different direction,
Right.
but I think he's coming back.
I love it. But are they so proud of you? They gotta be.
Very, very proud of me. I mean, my youngest son in the Marines, we would talk on Messenger and I was telling him what I'm doing the
Yeah.
whole time, right?
Yeah.
And he would tell me, Ma, I can't believe it. You can do this, Ma. I think
Oh.
this is wonderful, Ma. And I got all of that encouragement from my youngest. And
Mm.
my other 4 kids, one of them lives with me, and she was like, yeah, go, Mom, go.
Yeah.
You can do this, Mom.
Let's inspire people more. I mean, tell people where you're from.
I live in a tiny little town called Arizona City.
Yeah.
Our town has about, 10,000 in it, pretty spread out.
10,000 people. I want everybody to hear that. People always think these big money notaries are coming out of Phoenix, Dallas, Los Angeles, Miami, Seattle, San Francisco. 10,000 people in a town. We're going to get into your work ethic in a moment. But
Right.
I want people to realize that, it doesn't matter where you live. It matters what kind of effort you're putting to your business. And
It's
we're
absolutely,
going to talk about all that. But on the
yeah.
surface level of just inspiration, 10,000 people. Okay. And so continue. The next biggest city is how big?
At 50,000. Yeah.
I
And
mean, in
that's
my
not even
little
that
town, I
big.
live in San Diego. 50,000 would be called like barely a suburb. And so,
La
I
Mesa.
mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing what you're doing, with your business in such a rural area. And everyone always says, "Can you make money in a rural area?" I go, "Yes, as long as you put effort."
Oh,
This
yes.
business is not
Absolutely.
predicated by interest rates. It's
No.
not predicated
No.
by by town size. It is
No.
predicated on how much effort are you willing to. I am so proud of you, T. Like,
Oh, thank you, Mark. That
so
means so much
welcome.
to me. Don't make me cry. Don't make me
I
cry.
am. I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. That means so much to me. You don't even know.
Um,
It's and you were such a walk on my journey. I just I'm telling you right now that I would get on that training and I would see you going, you can do it. That kept me going through my fear and anxiety. I just saw your face, and in every module, every video, you were so inspiring. And you were what kept me going. Honestly, honestly. I mean, I looked at these big stacks of docs you had to print out.
yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then you would walk us through it, and I would get it. I would say, wait a minute, I get this. This is
Mm,
not so difficult that I
mm,
can't that, and I'm not so smart. I'm old and my memory's not always so great, but I fought through. I went back and watched you again. I went back and watched you again. If I started feeling down, I went back and watched you again. I had you on my computer, and
I mean,
you
I
really
mean,
kept me going.
I will accept the flowers, but I do want to say I'm just the coach, man. It's the players that
Yeah.
make the plays. Like,
Yeah.
you make the play. I can't wait to tell. Okay, you did a signing today. You're like,
I
Mark, I
did
did a signing today. How many hours did you drive?
two
Two.
there and two back.
I mean,
4 hours.
that's why you make the money you make.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
because like you take anything for granted. It's you
Nope.
work. You'll tell your clients, I'll do anything, anywhere for you. And I don't want that overseen. And so I appreciate the love you give me, but I want to give the love back because
Yes.
all I want is for you to build a business that you can be proud of. And you
Yes.
took the playbook and you crushed it, T. So
Yep.
thank you for sharing your story. And
I
and
love it.
hopefully we've inspired some people that, age is nothing but a number, right?
Age is nothing but a number. It's nothing but a number. If you're walking and breathing, and whoever wants to put anything into this business, whatever you put in, you're going to get out.
Oh,
You put in, you're going to get out. If you
that's
put
right.
in everything, you're going to get back.
Wow.
These title officers, they're just waiting for a good notary.
That's right.
They got During the pandemic, they got some crappy notaries, excuse
That's
my
right.
French,
Yeah.
but they wanted
Yeah.
and you know what? You're consistent. You drive as I would go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean dirt roads and
Right.
potholes and
Yeah.
anyway, you can do this.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can do this, 3 in the morning, 10 at night, whatever is required of you. Me,
Mhm.
I went. I
So
did it.
proud of you. And so, you said a couple things I just want to touch on, right? You said, during the pandemic, there were a bunch of notaries who should not have been notaries, but they were so busy. But
Yep.
during the correction of 2022, the notaries that weren't so hot got out of the business. They're the ones who are saying, oh, it's not a good time. They're the ones still saying it's not a good time, but it was never not about being a good time. It was about being a good notary. You
That's right.
still made $150,000 when interest
Last
rates
year.
were 7%, right?
I
When
did.
everybody said, oh, no, there's no business for you, but that was the crappy notary saying that. I
Yeah.
never heard Tammy. I never heard other six-figure signing agents say it was slow because it's
Nope.
not slow.
Nope.
If you put in the effort, like you said, effort in, effort out, there's very few businesses where your effort gets truly rewarded. And I tell students, and anyone's watching this right now, it's not slow. It's not.
No, I
Zero.
work every day.
Every day.
Every
Last
day
year.
I work.
Every day, everyone else, oh, it shouldn't be a signing agent. It's not true. Now, what is
No.
true is this business does require real effort. That is true. I never
Yes.
said it didn't. But if
Yes,
you're
it
willing to
does.
give real effort like you, man, I mean, it's unbelievable. You've done 300,000. You did more money last year than you did in the last year of the pandemic,
I
which was
did.
the best year in the history of mortgages.
Yes,
And
I
then,
did better than the yep, I did.
and like you said, title companies are starved for good notaries. And
They
people think,
are.
they
They
think I'm
are.
lying. They think I'm a marketer when I say that. They think, oh, Mark, you're just saying that to get me to buy your course. Like, there's a shortage of good notaries.
There are a shortage of good notaries, and I am grateful that the ones who were not good left. I'm
Yeah.
glad because they made it hard for the rest of us,
Yeah.
right? But I persevered.
Yeah.
And I kept connections with my title companies,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not all about bring the big gift or this or that,
Yeah.
but, you know, do what you got to do,
Yeah.
and, I was persevered. I
Yeah.
persevered even through my fright.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you this, I was terrified.
Mm,
I was so scared to do this, to start this. I was so scared, Mark. I
mm.
was, but I did it. I
Yes.
did it. I
Yes.
did
Yeah.
it.
I felt you like drop into the fear you had 3 years ago, right there in that moment. It
Yes,
was really awesome to watch.
I
Like
was so
you
scared.
really, real, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later because I know you stressed that to me, Mark. Like I'm 60 years old. Who's going to hire me? But we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I
Okay.
want to keep inspiring people. Okay, so let's
Yes.
talk about your income journey. You've been a student of mine for almost 3 years now.
Yep.
2021, you crushed it. 2022, unbelievable. You're crushing
Yep.
it. And during 2023. But my question to you is this: is you're 60 years old. You're scared. You became a signing agent. You crushed 2021. Rates go up in 2022.
Yes, sir.
Why weren't you one of the notaries who
Mhm.
played victim to the increasing interest rates, right? Historically, interest rates are crazy low still. Like everyone's like 6%.
Yeah.
I'm like 6% is unbelievable, just FYI.
Thank you very much. It is. It's not that bad. Okay. I
But
mean,
but but what my question to you, because I'm trying to get into the mindset of a six-figure signing agent.
yes, sir.
Why in 2022 rates start going to 5, 6, 7%? Why didn't you panic? Why didn't you play victim? Why didn't you pack up shop? Like, not only did you not pack up shop, you had the best year of your career.
Yes.
So tell the viewer, like, what was your mindset? You see rates go up. Take it from
Right.
there. Mindset.
So I'm not, I know you don't mind if I give you flowers, but honestly, it was your training.
Mm,
You said that in your training. You said it doesn't matter. Don't even think about it. It's not anything you need to really concern yourself with.
mhm,
And I trusted and believed that.
mm,
So I didn't think about it. I just did the job. And like you were just saying, interest rates aren't that bad.
yeah.
I I would tell people I was signing, I'm like, your interest rates are great. I mean,
Yeah.
and they're happy.
Successful people have the ability to put on blinders, cut out
Yes,
the noise.
cut out the noise.
And so
Absolutely.
while I gave you that coaching, I gave other people the same coaching, but they didn't put the blinders on. So I want people to hear, like, you just put your head down, start
I did.
marketing again or
Yep.
marketing more. You
Yep.
start calling more, showing more
Yes, I
gratitude.
did.
It's like you
Yes, I
just
did.
put, and I wish every student of mine would put the blinders on. And
Yeah,
that's
you
why I
have
love
to.
these conversations. Is like,
Yeah.
because what I really try to coach, and you took it so beautifully, is we can't control the variables.
No,
We can only control what we're in control of. And what you're in
absolutely.
control of is effort. What you're in control of is marketing. What you're in control of is how many escrow offices are you going to? How many signing services are you calling up? And that's what you did. And
I
it was
did.
like you took the coaching, but it took a successful mindset to implement the coaching.
It
Because
did. I
someone's
did.
watching this right now and they're like, oh, Mark, well, rates are 6.5%. That's the noise. Like every
That's
single
the
time
noise.
you say that,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
the noise.
That's absolutely correct. That's the exact word to use. And I think that you put it beautifully. I did. I just put on my blinders and followed direction.
Yeah.
Followed direction.
Yeah.
I carried I have 3 notebooks full of notes upon the training. I carried them with me. They
Oh,
inspired me. So, I believed and trusted you. You went out and
mm,
showed us what you could do out there. And
yeah.
you didn't do it with, you were just, you wanted to help people.
Mhm,
And I believe that of you.
mm,
I believe that of you.
mm,
I did. I mean, your course was not overly expensive. You worked with me. I believed in you. And
mm.
I trusted what you said to me. And because you did it and
Yeah,
you're doing it and
yeah,
you're crushing it. And I'm smart. And I thought, Mark's smart. I'm
yeah.
smart. I'm maybe older, but I'm alive out there.
What I want people to take away from what you just said
Yes, sir.
is the real successful people realize you don't need to recreate the wheel.
No.
If someone
No.
tells you what to do that's been where you want to be, you just do it. And it's funny, that comes so naturally to you, but not other people. It's like I tell
No.
them, there's 300 phone numbers on the signing service list. Just call them.
Call them.
Well, Mark, should I email them? I didn't say email them. Like I say call 'em. But my
Call
point
them.
is, it's like successful people just implement. Like people like Mark, how'd you start an online course? Well, I bought a course on how to start an online course. Like I do the
I
same thing
did
that
it.
I do
Yes.
the same thing I preach, which is you don't need to recreate the wheel. All you got to do is follow. If I'm going to buy someone's course on how to start an online course,
Yep.
why would I do anything but what's in the course? And that's the
Right.
same thing you have. And that's a
That's
six.
exactly what I did.
So many people don't have it. It comes so natural to you. And again, I think it's because where life led you. It's almost like, okay, I'm here now. This has to work. So let me just
Yep.
do what I'm told and see what's on the other end. And success was. And so
Yep.
these behaviors become so natural,
Yeah.
but they're not natural to other people. And that's why I
Yes.
want to bring you on and share your journey, because your journey was like, Mark, you told us to put on blinders. I put on blinders. Like you told us to go market. I'm going to go market. Right. And
Yeah.
so I think that's beautiful. So, look, you're in a rural town. Okay.
Yep.
How many title companies are in your town?
Two.
Two. And so direct business and signing service business, what is your percentage? Which is which?
So because of the rurality of
Yeah.
us and so I'm probably more 70 signing services, 30 direct.
And that's beautiful. And
Used
again,
to be more. It used to be a little more, but like you said, you got to go with the flow.
ebbs and flows. Yeah.
I'm popping in those title companies all every day,
Yeah.
um, just to fellowship,
Yeah.
just to come in and say hi.
Yeah.
And you would not believe how much those title officers appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, and I shared that
Mhm.
because again, I think people, look, it's very obvious that if you live in a rural town, there's only so many homes. So let's talk about your work ethic now, right? So,
Yes, sir.
again, you could play victim to living in a small town because we have people like, oh, I'm in a small town, this can't make it work.
Yeah.
Or you can go all over to make your $147,000 you did last year. So talk about that part of your work ethic, right? It's like, majority of your business comes out of Phoenix,
Yes, it does.
right? And
Yes,
so,
it does.
but you're all over the county. So talk about how far you'll drive, what you do for your clients, so you can inspire a small town notary.
Yes. Okay. So in my small town, the county itself's rather large, but it's all farm and ranch land. We're very agricultural out here. But I will go wherever they need me to go.
Yeah.
I told the title companies I work with, the signing services in the very beginning, I would go and do whatever. I would go as far as they needed. No matter, I had a 3 a.m. signing at Motel 6 down the road because these folks were living in their hotel waiting to sign their house, and he had to get a ride to work up in the valley at 4 a.m. So I went at 3 a.m.
No.
and signed their loan signing. I've been out at 10 o'clock at night. People have work. They're coming in from out of town. That's what's convenient for them. I do what is convenient for my client.
Yes.
I will go wherever they ask me to go. I take the fee they offer. Now that I've been doing this a while, I can counter
Yeah.
a lot, and they'll do what I ask now because I have made that reputation.
That's right.
Right. And you know what? The thing I love the most about my career is the people, the folks that I get to meet. You know, I meet all different kinds of walks of people, and
Yeah.
I love it. You know, and my work ethic is I will go whenever, however, whatever time, and however far they need me to go.
There's a couple things I just want to talk to you about, right? The first is, you said it so adamantly. I do whatever is convenient to the borrower. Like
Yes.
that is somebody who builds a business out of service. It's not
Yeah.
about you. You don't
Nope.
forget who you represent, or serves a better word. You
Yes.
serve them 3 a.m., 10 p.m. It's a chain event of like, I serve the client, I serve the signer, I serve the escrow, I serve the whoever. I'm just trying to point out the mindset here. And what
Yes.
else I think I want people to hear is, in the beginning, you took everything. See, I
Yeah.
think what's lost is that successful signing agents worry about the relationship first and the money second. And
Right.
you took the low fees so you
Yeah.
can get to the point of asking for more. So many
Yes, I
notaries
do.
are like, well, I only got $60. I'm not leaving the house. Well, you can't get $110 until you build a reputation and create a relationship.
Mark, I still go out for $60
Yeah.
because I know some of my services were struggling. And
And
I
and that's again beautiful. Like,
Yeah, I did whatever they needed.
and you're still in the service mindset 3 years later,
Yes, sir.
$150,000 a year. A lot of people see the $147,000 and think, oh, this happened on accident. Oh, this just is no, that's not true.
No, it is not. I worked very hard for this.
And you
I
still
worked,
do. And you
and I
still do.
still do,
That's my
and I
point.
still do. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. You've got to get in the mindset that if this is going to be the career that you've chosen, you need to do it.
that's right.
You need to be that notary that everybody wants, right?
Yes. You got
I
to
get
be that notary that everybody wants.
I've
And,
been
and
fought over, believe you me, I
no
have.
way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, yes, I had I won't go into the details,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes.
but yes. Again, you know what I hear, T, is a business owner
Yeah,
who gets it.
yeah, I'm a business owner,
That's
Margo.
right. You're a
I'm a
business owner.
business owner, I
You're not a
am.
signing agent, right? A business owner goes
Business
above and beyond. A business owner puts the client first, me second. The
yeah.
business owner chases the relationship, not the money.
No, absolutely. I know when we discussed in the beginning my fears and anxieties because of the money, but I really got into this so that I could have a career I
That's right.
enjoy,
That's right.
that I would be able to meet with people and know people and get out and introduce myself.
Yeah.
I happen to be outgoing, if you can't tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, even if you're not outgoing,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're outgoing, if you're shy, if you're young, if you're old. It doesn't matter. What matters is you put in the work.
That's
You
right.
put in your steps.
That's
And I'll
right.
tell you this, you do this, the work will come.
Okay. It's such an old school mentality, which I love. It's like you got to put in the steps.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, girl, I might make a T-shirt at conference this year. Put in the steps
Put
because
in the steps.
a lot. The funny part is a lot of people join this business and they don't want the steps, and they don't
No,
want to put in
they
the
just
steps,
want
and
the
then
money.
that's right, and then they complain when the money doesn't come, and
Yeah,
then they go on chat boards and say it's slow. It's not slow. You're
yeah,
not putting in the work.
that's right.
And that's why I love getting you big successful signing agents on, is to show everyone the behind the scenes. I
Yes, sir.
still take $60 signings.
I do.
And what
I
I
took it
loved
2 days ago.
and what I love is what you said, though. I hope it doesn't people didn't miss that, is
But
because you know that the market is dipped, and you know that it's kind of slower for them. So let's be a partner here.
that's what
Right?
I did too.
Because the market's going to rebound. My prediction is
Oh,
that
yeah.
in summer it's going to be refi boom. Guess who's not going to forget when you were a partner with them?
No, they're not.
And
And I know that real estate is a bell-shaped curve.
that's right.
We have to look to that up.
That's
So
right.
don't wallow down in the bottom
Mhm.
going, "Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no." Climb
Exactly.
up the other side, right?
Oh man.
I have real estate friends here. I have real estate realtors that are great friends of mine who like made me their approved notary, right? I used your pitch,
Yeah.
and I asked them if they'd all gather on one day. I went in with my whiteboard and I said, "Title's not responsible for your notary." I did.
I hope everybody heard that. Like, title's not responsible for you. Look again. It's like I'm going to say this till I'm blue in my face. Is I can't teach effort. I can teach everything else.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure you get as much kudos for your business as possible, because you're going into Realtor Meet Network writing
Yeah.
title is not responsible. No, like
Yeah, I
everybody
did
knows
on a
that in
big
this business.
whiteboard, and I put bullet points, and they do request me. They always request me. So
And again, everybody has that same playbook in the course.
yeah. Oh,
Not
yeah.
everyone's going to lunch and learns. Everyone's not writing on the board. Title's not responsible. And again, I want to make sure you get the credit for the business. I am the coach. You're making the plays, and you know you've built a business off of service.
Yes.
And I think a lot of times, again, signing agents look at someone like you and think, oh, it's all about the money. No,
No.
3 a.m. signings, $60.
Yeah.
I love that you said that you're a partner with your companies.
Yes, I am.
The
Yes,
signing
I am.
services also are trying to make money, and
Yes, they are.
but you respect that. That's why business is a two-way street. It's like
Yeah.
when it's all about you, most signing agents making about them, like $60, I'm not leaving the house, but they're not thinking that it's also slowed down for the signing service. The
Yeah.
signing service has given me thousands of dollars in the
In
past.
the past,
The
yes,
least I can do
absolutely.
is really make this a partnership.
I
Like
did.
right now, I'll take the $60. I'm not going to always take it, but there's going to be moments where it's like, you know what? Thank you for all the business you've given me.
They
I
do.
know if I am slower from the boom, you got to be slower from the boom. So let's meet in the middle. I'll take
Yep.
a $60 one. And fire. Like I like this interview is so good. And
I'm so
because it's the
glad.
mindset of a good notary.
And
It's
we got to keep in mind too, Mark, and I want to reach out to the people watching this too. Don't turn up your nose at small money, okay? Because what happens is then the money comes in, right? So what do we have? We have checks and money and money and money and money. I have $2,645 check. I have a $3,975 check. I have well, that was $75. But that's the thing. I'm saying 75.
yeah.
I'm not turning my nose up at the
That's
$75,
right. That's
right?
right. Because you're
Because
not
what
turning your
happens?
nose up because you see the long term of a
Yes, I do.
relationship. And I
Oh,
and
yes.
this conversation is so good. And again, I think it's it's like you said, age comes wisdom. It's like,
Yes.
you really understand how to run a business.
Yes.
And when I say that, you realize it's about partnerships.
It
And
really is, Mark.
and when you said like, I know it's slower for them, so why don't we just meet in the middle somewhere? Like, it's a beautiful thing.
I
Like,
did that for several of my smaller signing services.
mm,
And I told them, I'm willing to help you until you can get back on your feet. So I am. I just do. And I know that the market will come back
that's right.
and then they'll be like, well, Tammy did work for with us. Why don't we work with Tammy? Right?
That's
And that's what I do. That's what I do. That's how I roll.
all right. So, I mean, what a good conversation today.
It is fun, Mark.
Let's go into the next part again because I want to
Yes, sir.
inspire more people.
Yes,
I
sir.
asked
Yes,
you to
let's inspire people.
I asked you to think about one piece of advice, right? So, what is one if someone was like, "Yo, T, I just give me one piece of advice on how to, grow a business, scale my business, be a successful signing agent." What would that one piece of advice be?
Don't hesitate. Don't be afraid to jump in there. Don't allow your own fears and lack of self-worth or low self-esteem or any of that stop you. Don't don't be afraid. Let me tell you, if you listen to Mark's course, do what he tells you to do, you're going to be successful signing agent.
Well, thank you again, but I want to inspire people. Are you saying that because you hesitated?
I
Are you
did.
saying that because you had a lot of self-doubt and
Yes, I did, Mark.
so talk about that because I think you're right. Like I think a lot of people look back and just go, "Man, I wish I would have done it sooner." But look,
Yes, I
you had
do.
fear and anxiety. So talk more through that.
It was terrible. My age, I knew that my job of many years was going to go bye bye. Um, I saw it coming, and I knew I needed to do something. And I was so afraid, I was so frightened
What were you afraid of when you became a signing agent?
when I became a signing agent. What was
What
I
were you
afraid?
afraid of? Why did you prolong so long?
Because I thought I wouldn't be very good for some reason.
Mm,
I just I didn't. I guess I thought I was afraid of failure, Mark. I was
mm,
afraid of failing. I was
mm.
afraid to get out there, and
Why
I
were you
kept,
afraid, do you think? Are you
well,
afraid of failure? I heard you on that. Like, was it part of your age? Was it part of like having no
no, it was
college
part of
degree?
it was well, I don't think it was more part of my age. At the time though, before I started doing your training and being a signing agent, I was desperate. I was terrified. I was afraid I'd lose my house. I really did. I had these thoughts. My house is gonna go in default. My car's gonna get taken away.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to live with one of my children, or where am I gonna live? All these thoughts. It's just frightened, more frightened, more frightened, more frightened. And so, I started your course, and you first said, started apply for your commission. But I did all that. I made a mistake. I had to do it twice. But I felt like the more I started in your course, and your inspiration just kept me going. And I'm not lying, and I'm not trying to just heap things on you. It was I could go back and see you,
Yeah.
encouragement, and I just decided to do it. I
Yeah.
just decided I was not going to wait anymore. And I wasted 5 months,
So
5 months where I could have been out there making money.
sometimes it's not the course that makes you feel pressure, it's life that gives you the pressure.
Yeah.
And the fact that you realize that if I could do it all over again, I would have started my learning curve sooner.
Oh, yeah, like
Because
way sooner. Or even when I was learned, I still waited because I was afraid. I was just afraid. At my age, I'm older, and I don't know. I didn't want to look like a fool, Mark. I don't know how many of you out there hate looking like a fool.
yeah, yeah,
I was afraid to look like a fool.
yeah.
I was afraid of making mistakes. I was afraid people wouldn't like me. I
Mm.
mean, all those things going through your mind,
Yes, yes.
running in your heart. I actually went into the ER one night. My son was worried about me because my heart was just going, just
Mhm.
nerves, just pain, just fear, just anxiety, just and then I had my commission, I had my background check, I had my all the things they ask you for, and still I just waited. And you know what? I finally just decided that if I'm either going to do this or I'm not. I put in all this time, all this effort, all this learning. My kitchen table was stacked with everything you made us do or had us do, not made us do. And I just thought, that's it. And I was having trouble at first breaking into signing services without
Yeah,
any experience. So I just went direct. I went right to the title companies in town. I said, I'm tired of fooling around. I bought some nice hello cards,
yeah,
and I hand wrote and I used all your points. I won't make any errors. If I do, I will go back. I double and triple check my work. I will do all this for you. And I took it to the title companies with my business card and Starbucks cards. But,
yeah,
you know, I know I was just the card itself, I think
yeah,
was the best.
yeah.
10 minutes later, I got a call from the head of the escrow company. And she said, Tammy, how many have you done? And I said, listen, I haven't done any. I said, but I'm 60 years old, Terry, and I'm spent 5 months in a training. I won't let you down. And I never did. I still work for her. Tomorrow I work for her. So yeah, I mean, she took a chance on me.
She took a chance on you because you took a chance on you.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
that is the tip that you have for every signing agent is take a chance on you. You know,
Yeah.
you said something, which I think a lot of people need to hear is like the signing service wasn't banging down your door. Okay, you can complain, or you
No.
can go put it into your own hands, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah,
live in a rural town, so
I
of
do.
course, the notifications can come in a little bit slower. You just don't have many homes, but you could have
Yeah.
played victim to it, but you
No, I
didn't.
do. Nope.
And that's what I want people to hear is like, like, oh, the signing services weren't knocking down my door. So what I go do? I went and got direct business right out of the gate. What did you do? You were honest. Everything I
Uh,
teach you to be. What'd you do? A
yeah,
handwritten note.
I
Like, I
did.
mean,
Really
honestly,
nice.
I'll never tell people that this business is easy, but it is simple.
It is simple. It
But
is simple.
because the hard part is what took you 5 months to do, and
Just
that's
do
to
it.
do it scared. And I
Let's
will never, and
go.
that's right. I will never downplay how hard it is to get past your nerves. I will
It
never.
is hard to get past
I
your
and I
nerves.
and I empathize, and I'm on the journey with you. But what I will say is, every title company is a notary. Period.
Yes,
And no matter how
absolutely.
small your town is, you did it, and look at where you're at now.
Yep.
You went from $13.50 an hour
Hour. I did too. Yep.
to $150,000 in a year.
I can't believe it, Mark. It makes me embarrassed. It's wonderful. I'm so happy. It's just such a, and I have to tell you though, when the market started to slow, I panicked.
Mhm.
I did panic, but you know what? I just kept working,
What I
working.
would say is, panicking is normal.
Yeah.
Quitting is not.
No, don't
Like,
quit.
we all have emotions. So my advice to the students is not to be emotionless. My
Right.
advice is don't succumb to the emotion.
That's
So
correct.
yes, the market drastically raised in 2022. Feel it. But it's funny is sometimes panic and fear make us our strongest.
That's
And
right.
that's what it did to you. It created resolve. And
That's
so
right.
it's not that you shouldn't be ashamed or embarrassed you panic. That's normal. What's not
Normal.
normal is succumbing to it.
That's right.
It's not normal is being petrified by it. You said, okay, I have this feeling. I don't like it. I have
Right.
two options. I can go hide or I can go build.
And I went and build.
That's my
I made
point.
the choice to make that
That's my
first
point.
step,
That's
and
my
I
point.
did it.
So
And
yes, I mean, this has been an unbelievable conversation. 63 years young,
yes,
$300,000 basically in 2 years. What an incredible story from $13.50 an hour to
yeah,
this is a crazy story. I'd like to wrap up with a conversation directly towards a 60 something. Okay. So let's
This
wrap up
is
this conversation with 60 something because, you know, we had another student on, Barbara,
yes.
she was talking about ageism and fear. And so, at the end of the day, you were frightened because you didn't think anyone's going to hire you.
Oh, absolutely, Mark. I mean, that's why I knew I needed to find something that was mine. That
Okay,
was,
so let's talk to a 60 something. 60 something I was watching this and they're like, there's no way someone's going to hire me with no college education. I'm 60 years old, no experience in real estate, and they're preventing themselves from becoming a signing agent. What would you say to that 60-year-old to help them realize that they can build this business just like you?
to you 60 somethings out there, this is a real thing. You can make good money with this. You can do this. My age didn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. Title companies, they don't care if you're 80 years old. If you're an excellent notary and you bring them good work, you can be 5 feet tall, 250 pounds, and bald, and 80 years old, and it don't matter. It doesn't matter. This is your career. This is your business. You run it the best that you know how. Utilize your resources, utilize Mark, utilize your Facebook, your other notary friends, but don't be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter your age,
Mm-hmm.
your sex, your eye color, your bald, your hair. None of that matters in this business, okay? It's all about how well you work, how well you create relationships, how
Mm-hmm.
well you like to help others. Because honestly, this is a business about helping others,
That's right.
and you help others till the day you die.
That's right. I love it. And thank you because and I think it's powerful coming from you because you took 5 months to get to that point.
I
It
did.
wasn't like this advice is coming from someone who's like, "Oh, I just had that yesterday." No, like you just said, like your biggest regret is taking 5 months to
Mhm.
take in that first plunge into this
Oh
business.
yeah, I could have made another $80,000 if
Yeah.
I'd started,
Yeah.
yeah, if I'd started that 5 months earlier.
And
So
so,
yeah,
but I think it's beautiful coming from you because it did take you 5 months. And your advice to someone else who's wise in our wiser years
our wiser years, yeah.
is don't
Oh
think like
yes,
that because that's how I did. And I don't want you making the same mistake I did because if I would have started sooner, I would have made $80,000 more.
I absolutely would have. I would tell you, if you've got your commission, do your training and go.
And
Just
go.
go.
Right.
Like I told Mark, I bought hello cards and I
Yeah.
I wrote my story
Yeah.
and I told them I would do excellent work for them.
I mean,
And
has anybody ever asked you how old you are?
no,
That's my point. That's my
no,
point. That's my point.
not
Yeah.
one person asked me my age. You
And that's
know,
what I'm trying to say is, like you said, sex, creed, religion doesn't matter. If you can
nothing.
get,
No.
if you can have good soft skills, be
Yeah.
about the client, be about the borrower,
Yes.
willing to do whatever it takes, build
Yes.
relationships, don't make errors, triple check your work. And frankly, if you
Triple
make
check
errors,
your
just
work.
fix them. Not a
Yeah.
big deal. But at the end of the day, I would say the same advice to a 20-year-old. It's like,
Oh yeah.
you're
Same
20,
thing.
63, and no one's ever asked your age. I got in business when I was 25. No one asked me when I was 25. They just cared I did a good job, right?
They just said you did a good job,
And
and
that's
that's
same
all
with
they
you.
care about. And like I said earlier to you out there, it's do whatever you have to.
Mhm.
Go as far as you need to. Okay, it's
Mm.
all going to pay off. Do the $50 trip fee. Do the $75 seller. Do the 65, whatever they require. Say yes, 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 and do the job. Do an excellent job. Focus on the job and focus on your folks too, guys, because there's a lot of times you're signing first time home buyers, they're terrified. They're
Mhm.
scared to death, and so we get an opportunity to reach out and encourage a young couple for first time buyers and walk them calmly through it.
Yeah.
Because before the signing, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The lender wants this, the title wants that. People are running around like wild people, but when you get to that signing table, your age don't matter. Okay. Nothing matters but you being an excellent loan signing agent.
I mean, I have nothing to add to that. You said it perfectly, and I hope everyone rewinds what you just said because This
I
business is
hope
not
so.
about age. It's not about anything
No,
else. It's about
no,
it's about being a notary who serves.
it's about people.
And that's the loan signing system way. It's
It
just
is.
realizing that there's another human at the end of that table. It's not about money. My favorite takeaway from this entire thing is, you literally told a signing service, it's okay, I'll take the money because we
Well,
both we both have to eat,
yeah,
and it's so respectful. And
yeah.
that's why I'm so proud to call you a loan signing system student, because it's not about the money. It's about respecting everybody in the transaction. The
And
notary,
then the money comes.
that's right.
And
Too many
then the money
notaries
comes.
too many notaries forget that there's another human on the other side of every part of this business: signing service, escrow officer. And that's what I teach you: is be real, be human, be authentic. And I'll just end with, again, I'm so proud of you.
I'm
Like,
proud of you too. I
thank
can't,
you.
you're such a great mentor.
Thank you.
I was so thrilled to actually meet you in person. And I'm coming to the conference in San Diego.
Let's go.
Everybody go.
All right. With that being said, T, I can't wait to hug you again.
I
I
can't either,
appreciate
Mark.
you. Much love. Until then, bye.
Bye, Mark. Thank you, dear.